G'day guys and welcome to this Champions League edition of Beyond the 90. I am your host, Alex Ellerman. Well, it is the absolute favourite time of year for every single European football fan. The Champions League is upon us and the group stages are ready to go. So today I'm going to be going through all the upcoming matches that will be played in European time, which is on the Tuesday and Wednesday, but for all my Australian viewers is on the Wednesday and Thursday. All right, guys, so let's start off with Group A. So the first game of the European Champions League sees Juventus play Malmo. Now, for me, I expect the Italian Giants to start off their European campaign strong. They've started in the Serie A very, very well. Last year, they were an absolute menace in the Italian League, and I expect them to continue that on this year in the European Champions League, and I see them being too strong for Malmo. The second game of Group A sees Olympiacos play Atletico Madrid. Now, Atletico, they're coming off a victory against arch rivals Real Madrid. They were runners-up in this competition last year, and I do see them starting off very strong and wanting to get back in to that form of European competition and see themselves back in that final. On to Group B. Now, Group B has the champions Real Madrid, and their first game is against Basel. Now, for me, Real, they're coming off a lot of poor form in the La Liga, and they need to start getting everything back on page. Carlo Ancelotti's men been playing some very shaky football, but as we always know, their big names, Ronaldo, Iker Casillas, all of these guys were born for European football. That's where they like to shine, and I can see Real Madrid getting their first win of the group stages. The second game sees my boys, the almighty Reds, Liverpool. They are playing Ludogorets. Now, Liverpool have a few outs. Daniel Sturridge is not available, as well as Joe Allen and Amir Chan, and they're coming off a loss to Aston Villa. So Brendan Rodgers might be playing a few new boys in his squad just to give him a taste of European football and hopefully give Liverpool the 3 points, but I am backing Liverpool to get their first victory of European Championship football. Group C sees Benfica versus Zenit. Now, this game is going to be an absolute battle. Both sides will want to start off strong. For me, Zenit have got more names than the Benfica side, and I can see Zenit running rampant and getting over the top. The second game sees Monaco against Bayern Leverkusen. Now, Leverkusen, for me, might edge this one. They will go in not as favourites, but for me, Monaco seem to have not been able to mirror the form that we've seen them in past seasons. They have loaned out Falcao. Rodriguez, as we know, has gone to Real Madrid. So this might be the chance for Leverkusen to get one over and start on their European campaign very strong with a win over the side that is expected to qualify through. So for me, I'm going to take a Leverkusen on that match. Group D sees Borussia Dortmund and Arsenal. Now, this is going to be an absolute clash. Both sides have got fantastic players. Everyone is amped up and ready to go for European Championship football. For me, I can see this one ending in a draw just because both sides seem to be able to cancel each other out. But don't be surprised if we see a little bit of footballing brilliance to separate the two. But for me, I'm going to call Borussia Dortmund and Arsenal a 2-2 draw. And in the second game of Group D, we see Galatasaray versus Anderlecht. Galatasaray will want to start their campaign very strongly with a win, and I don't see the Belgian side Anderlecht getting over them. I see Galatasaray winning that one comfortably, maybe 2-3-0. Into the next round of games, which we played on the Thursday for Australian viewers, we see Group E, the absolute Goliath clash between the German giants Bayern Munich and the English giants Manchester City. This game is going to be top quality football. Both sides will want to get up and over each other, and I can see this one just being an absolute goal fest and like a football game of chess. It's going to be who is going to be able to cancel each other out. For me, I'm going to give it to Manchester City only because of their form going into the Premier League. They've got a lot of very high-class players, but then again, Bayern Munich, you can never count them out, and I'm only going to say City will just edge this one. Might even be a last-minute thriller. And in the second game of that round, we see the Italian boys Roma take on CSKA Moscow. Roma, I feel, will be too strong. The Russian side still haven't been able just to match it with the bigger sides in European Champions League before. So for me, I'll take Roma on that one to win about 2-1 or maybe 2-0. Group F sees Ajax versus Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Paris Saint-Germain should be able to win this one comfortably. It wouldn't be surprising if the old boy, old Zlatan Ibrahimovic, bags himself a few goals in this game, and I can see PSG winning quite comfortably and getting their first points on the board. The second game sees Barcelona against Apoel. Now, Barca will want to start strong. They're on a good run in La Liga with their opening games all ending in victories. Neymar and Lionel Messi all playing fantastic football, and Apoel will just need to battle it out with them and see how they can go. But I do see Barcelona winning that one quite comfortably. Group G sees Maribor versus Sporting Lisbon. Now, this one is really a muchness game. Both sides have the ability to win it, and I do see it coming down to a little bit of magic. Wouldn't surprise me if Sporting Lisbon managed to edge this one 1-0. And in the second game, we see Chelsea against Schalke. So Chelsea have just started their English Premier League campaign in fantastic style. Jose Mourinho's men are playing top quality football. And for me, they are my pick to go all the way in this European Champions League this year. I cannot see any side really in this group taking points from them, and they should be able to comfortably get over Schalke 1 or 2-0. But then again, Schalke have always got this surprise quality when it comes to Champions League football, and as we know, there is no certainties in European Champions League. And finally, in Group H, we see Atletico Bilbao play Shakhtar. Bilbao, for me, look, they're coming off a loss. They want to start their campaign very strong. This is new territory for them, and I do see them getting in and getting over Shakhtar, possibly 2-0, but I do feel that they will be too strong and should be able to get their first win on the board. And finally, Porto versus Abate. Now, for me, Porto, the Portuguese Giants, they'll want to start their campaign strong. They will want to get on top of the group and qualify quite comfortably, and they will want to start off with a win, and I do see them getting it done. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of Beyond the 90. If your side is playing in the European Champions League, I do wish them all the best of luck. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. And always remember, you can catch up with all the latest news on my blog site, which is www.beyondthe90.net. And you can follow me on Twitter at Alex_Ellerman. Thank you, guys. I'm going to sign off here.